Good morning and welcome to Fat Cow Farm. Now, you can check out this where we've seeded our summer vegetables already, and all my rogue tomatoes are just going absolutely bananas. So, it's time to thin again, and I want to then work out which ones I want to keep for our summer produce. Now, the way that I stake my tomatoes is with string. And I've just got some hay baling twine here. And all I do is I attach it to the top of our mesh and I run it down to the bottom. And I just use the stakes that I'd use for my irrigation just to hold everything in place. I tie it off and then I just wrap the little vines, tomato vines, around the string, and it just grows up vertically. It doesn't fall over. So, I tell you what we're going to do. You can see how much overgrown I am here with all my rogue tomatoes. I'm going to start thinning this section out. I'll show you how to stake them up and we'll go from there. So I'll see you soon. Okay, well, I've quickly gone through and butchered everything that we needed to do, and I've kept the tomatoes with the really thick trunks. So I'm now ready to start getting these guys trellised. And as you can see, you know, they've all gone limp now that they've got no support from their neighbouring partner. Now, so what we're going to do is string up from the top of the mesh, pin it down, and we can wrap the vine around the string. So all I do is I just put a little loop in my twine here, and I sort of work out where vertical may be, like so. I bring that down, and then I just cut my twine. And it's like a little slip knot that just runs to the top. These are my my stakes that I use for my irrigation and tomatoes and everything else. So they just get pinned into the ground. I wrap my twine around. Now this one's just a little bit long, so we'll just shorten it down a bit. All right, so that's now in place. I can then manage the tomato around like so, and we're good. So as this little guy starts growing up, I can constantly twine him up towards the top of the chicken coop here, and we're all done, mate. And what I'm also noticing is that once I get these guys squared away and up, I'll let them settle for a few days, and then I'll come back and start pruning them down. And that just gives them a little bit more extra strength, promotes all the flowers and everything else. So let's continue through. I'll come and find you and we'll go from there. I'll see you soon. Oh, there you are. Hey, I've just about finished this little area through here in our veggie garden. So we're now at that point where our summer crop is really starting to have air. We can get the bees in here. They'll start coming through. You might be able to see that we've already got flowers starting, and they're coming through as fairly big bunches of 6 and 8s, which looks fantastic. So we're going to be on for our tomato sauces this year. Now, also too, just as a bit of a recap, what we'll find is that as these tomatoes start coming up, you can start training them around these twines, and you should find them coming up to about this sort of height here. Yeah, around about 1.8. And that just gives them that extra strength. This works really, really well when what I've typically noticed in the past is that when tomatoes overgrow their stakes, the tomato stakes, then they all start falling over. And if they don't have that proper aeration, they start getting moldy and everything else. All right, so just as a little bit of a recap from the other week when we planted those corn, I think we said to you that we had 50 seeds that we put in. I've done a quick count this morning and we're looking at 33. My carrots are up, spinach is up, everything's ready to rock and roll. So I can now start planting out again based on what I can see is coming up, we can start filling in some holes. We'll get this area up and running pretty quickly. So, for more about staking tomatoes and everything else, mate, like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.